Hi everyone, happy holidays. This is Heidi Nelson, Executive Director of the Paradise Center for the Arts, and I'm doing a video today rather than writing out a long email because, well, I'm sure you're all tired of reading those Christmas card letters, and I wanted to make sure that you had a chance to see my excitement when I tell you some really fabulous news that we have. But first, let me tell you a little bit about what's going to be happening when our doors reopen on January 7th. Again, we will be open to the public Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Now we're going to change our hours up a little bit on Saturdays. What we've been noticing is that after about 2 or 3 o'clock, we have nobody who comes into the gallery. So because of the COVID restrictions that we're already under, what we've decided is Thursdays and Fridays will be open noon until 5, like we always have been, well, since June. And then on Saturdays, we're going to be open from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. It gives you a chance to pop over across the street, grab a cup of coffee, check out some of the other shops downtown, and then come on into our galleries and see what we have going on. So again, we reopen on January 7th. We are excited because we're going to start out with our very first gallery exhibitions of 2021. So let me tell you who's going to be showcased. So in our Carlander Gallery, we have Liz Lang. She's a St. Paul artist, and she's going to be using part of the gallery space, as well as Jessica Prill, her husband Matt Leister, and their daughter Kira, who are going to be also sharing some of that space in the Carlander Gallery. Now, if you know, Jessica owns Fleur de Lis Gallery across the street from us, as well as Good Day Coffee. So we're excited that they are going to be here with us as a little family event. In the Corlin Krieger Gallery, that's our under 18 gallery, we have artists from BA, the school there. In our High V gallery, or our front room gallery, that used to be the gift shop, we are going to have pottery that's going to be displayed. And so we have lots of wonderful pottery artists here at the Paradise, associated with the Paradise, and women that use our pottery studio. And so we're going to have their artwork displayed. And in the Vranish boardroom, we have our very own Julie Faulkner, and I am crazy excited for y'all to see this exhibition. She's going to be showing you 12 years of her work. So starting in 2009 all the way up through 2021, and you'll be able to see how her artwork has progressed and some of her very favorite pieces from each year. So really fun. It's going to be bright and colorful. I can't wait for you to see it. In the auditorium, we don't have anything going on. Sorry. You know, it's because of the governor's mandate. And also we realized that it's going to be too soon to do anything right at the very end of the month once that mandate lifts, if it does, toward the middle of the month. And so we've decided to go ahead and push all of those things off until the further part of the year. In February, you can look for Paradise Community Theater. They will have some shows, and we've got a couple of other things that hopefully we'll be able to do, but I'll let you know more about that as time goes on. But now let me share with you the crazy exciting news. You know, we all know that it's been a long 9 months. I mean, thank goodness, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and thank goodness we've made it through 2020. There was a couple of days in there that it was a little touch and go. But we did make it, and not only did we make it as Paradise Center for the Arts, we were able to thrive, which when I took over this position initially as the interim in November of 2019, I actually gave each one of the staff people a little bracelet that had a little ring on it that said Thrive on it. And I said, you know, it's going to be tough going, and we're not going to just survive, we're going to thrive, and we have. Now things have changed a little bit. We are down some staff members. Going forward, Jennifer's last day is actually tomorrow. We're sad to see her go, and so grateful for all the time that she has given to us and her expertise in the last few years. But she's moving on to some bigger and better things, and we're really excited for her. But it's going to be me and Julie, and we have an intern that started with us. Her name is Caitlin. She's going to be working for just about 5 hours a week. And then Sarah Karen, our production person, is going to be also doing a little bit more for us than she has been, because typically her job entails working with performers. And since we haven't had any, we're finding some other things that she's really very talented at. So it's going to be a little bit smaller staff. More than likely when you come in, it'll be me and Julie that you'll see behind the desk. But we hope that you do still come in anyway. So we got through 2020. we were able to, like all of you, tighten our belt a little bit, figure out exactly what we need and what we don't need, and figure out exactly how much it costs to actually stay open. Now, we took advantage of the PPP, like most of the businesses did, and when we were able to do that, not having our mortgage and line of credit payments that had to go out for that couple of months, one of the things that we realized is that that's really something that we need to get rid of, is that mortgage and line of credit debt. And so we were able to take 6 months of those payments, flip them onto the back end of our loan, which gave us a little bit of a breather while we haven't had any of the things happening in the auditorium, being able to make enough money. Because, you know, combined, our mortgage and line of credit is $476,000. About 50 of that is the line of credit, 426 and a little bit is the mortgage. Together, those payments are just over $5,500 a month. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of tickets to sell. It's a lot of tuition that we have to come up with. And so one of the things that we did is we started thinking last summer about ways, our debt reduction committee did, about ways in which we could reduce some of that debt. There was an idea that had come about a few years ago. Nort Johnson was the treasurer on our board of directors a few years ago, and the idea came up of putting together a club. At the time, they were thinking that it would be a few more than 100 people. It would be maybe 200 or 250 people. But when we decided to launch this, we decided, well, we're going to go big. We're going to ask 100 people to each give $2,500 in order to raise $250,000. And then we're going to go to the city and we're going to ask them if they would be able to pitch in the other half of what we owed. Now, what we have done, the city council members were favorable. A vote still hasn't been taken. It'll happen in January. But I do have it under good authority that we are working through an agreement right now, Tim Murray and I, the city administrator. And so we've been raising money for this 100 Club. We decided as a debt reduction committee that there was no reason for us to not start raising the funds before we even knew for sure that we had any matching funds, because really the bottom line is we've got the debt and we have to pay for the debt. We have to get out of debt. It's the only way that we can make sure that we can manage, especially when a crisis happens, something like COVID. So I am excited to tell you that we have raised just under $60,000. And as I said, our line of credit is just under $50,000. And so tomorrow we are paying off our line of credit. And I am over the moon excited. Now, our line of credit was frozen a few years ago. And it was because it wasn't a good financial situation, and it wasn't healthy for the Paradise to keep that going. And so what I want you to know is that that line of credit will get completely paid off and will go away. And then we're going to start chipping away at our mortgage. So I have a gigantic goal. I would like to see our mortgage paid off by July. What that means is we need to raise the funds, and then the city will pitch in some of the funds. So we are still going strong with our 100 Club, and want you to know that I know July seems like it's a huge goal, but if you don't set huge goals, you don't reach any goals, is the way that I always have thought of it. So if we even got halfway there by July, well, that means we have the other half of the year to figure out how to get the rest of that. So I'm encouraging you, if you don't know about the 100 Club, you can call the Paradise Center for the Arts. There is some information that we have, a flyer that I can actually send to you, or I can talk to you over the phone and let you know. Basically what it is this. We ask for a donation of $2,500. When you write that check, that money goes directly into our Edward Jones account. The money is not used for any operating costs for us during the month at all. You're not paying for our Xcel Energy bill. You're not paying for wages. That money is specifically earmarked for the debt elimination. When that happens, we will send you a notification. Obviously, that would be a tax-deductible donation, but also wanted to let you know that that means that you will then become a lifelong member of the Paradise Center for the Arts. No more renewal notices. So that's kind of exciting. We're also going to do a really cool piece of artwork, and we're going to be, as we get closer to that time, we're going to be interviewing artists and coming up with some ideas, something that we're going to put in our lobby in order to showcase and to thank those of you who have been generous enough to donate to that 100 Club. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a burn the mortgage party, because why not? That's what we want to do, right? We want to be able to burn that mortgage. And when that happens, it's going to become an annual event. So when that happens, that we are able to burn the mortgage, we're going to give you a sneak peek into what it's going to look like for us to not have that $5,500 a month payment that has to go out for the mortgage and the line of credit. So it's about $66,000 a year, and what we're going to do with that money. And then every single year, it will be a special party that we will have just for the people that are part of the 100 Club. And we'll fill you in on what happened in the year prior that we were able to use those funds for, and then what will be happening as a sneak peek for the year in the future. And so we're really excited to be able to think that we are going to be able to give back to our community. You know, right now we're so handcuffed by our debt that we really don't have the resources to be able to do very much that's free or fee reduced. And so because of that, once we are able to be done with that debt, we're going to be able to do more of that in our community. Now, we still need to be responsible. We can't have everything be free. We still have wages and insurance and building, energy costs and utilities and maintenance and upkeep and all of the other things like normal businesses have. But we are going to be able to do things like connect a little bit more with some of the older population in our community and the younger population in our community, and be able to offer classes that we can do that are very fee reduced, and some of them to be free. And we're excited about that. The one thing is that we've done is we've worked through trying to figure out a little bit more about what is our mission statement? What is the mission of the Paradise Center for the Arts? And the mission statement has changed over the years, just a little bit. But we worked together with our board of directors, and we came up with something that we think is absolutely perfect, exactly what we want to be and what we want to have the people of this community understand. Our mission is, we welcome all people to experience the transformative power of the arts. And when you think about the transformative power of the arts, what I think about are a lot of different things. I think about the very first time I went to a theater performance. I think about the very first rock concert that I went to. I think about the very first poem that I read and it touched my heart, and then I memorized it. There's so many different ways that we can create art. It's painting and pottery and string art and dance and theater and all kinds of things that we can do, the spoken word. But it's the transformative power of the arts that we want to bring to our community and to Faribault. And thank you to all of you. We are able to do that. Your memberships, your donations, being a part of the 100 Club, if that's something that you choose to do, we are so incredibly grateful. So, goodbye 2020, kind of stunk. But you know what? We were able to thrive. And I am so incredibly grateful and so proud of the staff of the Paradise Center for the Arts. Onward and upward in 2021. Thank you again. I wish everyone the most amazing Happy New Year. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.